friends. This is Colleen.
This is Margaret.
And we're the Cousins Weird. I pushed record and I was like, oh, it's recording. I'm a nerd. Welcome to Terrible Trends, where we go live on, episode 9, where we go live on Facebook and we record it and post it in our podcast. So you can always watch these on the Facebooks.
You can.
Or you can come.
Or you can wait and listen to it on the podcast platform of choice.
Which we're on them all now. We're on them all. So, we like to just jump right into these terrible trends because these are our mini episodes. And
they're fun.
And they're fun.
And they're terrifyingly gross usually.
Yeah, or funny.
Or funny. Yeah,
or
we like to keep them on the fun side.
Yeah, they're a little more fun. Sometimes Margaret likes to trauma. Margaret's goal in life is to traumatize me. What can I do to make Colleen's face do this?
Like the tobacco smoke enema one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my peak trend.
Well, and plus she did the foot binding. Oh,
so that was gross.
In the picture she sent me. never will come out of my brain. Ever.
Followed by the diva mummy and her feet, because there was lots of pictures.
You kept on doing feet ones. Back to back to back, just above me.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's her goal.
She did not have bound feet, though.
Yeah, but her feet were gross.
They were really gross. I don't know why they kept showing pictures of her feet.
Her feet kind of look like mine right now, though, so. Mine don't look too good right now. No, dead of winter feet are not a pretty look for me.
Yeah, I look like I have corpse feet.
Yeah, they're just like
those
dry.
belong on a dead old person.
Yeah, they're dry.
I could sand wood with my feet.
I could. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay. So today we're talking about the Codpiece.
Oh yay! I'm crying.
Codpiece comes from the English word cod, which means scrotum. And I've been waiting to say scrotum to you.
Oh man.
In the 15th century, men wore a doublet, or like a tunic, on top, and then they wore hose on the legs, which were like
David Bowie in Labyrinth.
Yeah, like tights, kind of, but they weren't like. I'll tell you how they worked, but they
he needed a codpiece in that movie.
I think he kind of had one underneath the pants.
He didn't. He just had himself.
Yes, but it was too smooth, Margaret. There's bumpies and lumpies.
I don't know.
There's something over it.
I don't know. His pants traumatized me when I was a kid.
Me too. I was
traumatized.
Like, what's that in his pants? I don't understand.
No.
Why is his pants like that?
8-year-old innocent eyes.
I couldn't stop staring at him.
What's going on down there? Is there a mouse in there or something? I don't understand.
Why is there such a bump in his pants? Anyway.
Yeah, we were young and innocent.
So they wore their doublet on top, or tunic on top, and then hose for the legs, and with a mantle or cloak on top of everything. There were two separate. So the hoses were two separate wool or linen leggings that attached to the doublet. So they like hooked onto there. So they were like a long thigh high. Yeah,
basically their doublet acted like a garter.
Yeah, exactly. They kind of look like waiters. Waiters go up. Yeah. So they're kind of like waiters. So as time went on, fashion changes and stuff like that, like girls' dresses get shorter, where their doublets kept on getting shorter and shorter, so their giblets started. That was just right off the top of my head just now.
I thought it was giblets.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, see, I don't know how to say things. And I think I'm really funny, and then I say it wrong, and it's funny for the wrong reasons. All right, giblets?
Giblets.
I said giblets. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's giblets.
It is giblets. You're right. God, I had a good. I was off the top of my head. I thought it was so funny. Okay, so their doublets got shorter, and their giblets started to show, and so their bits were showing underneath the doublet now because the hose didn't go over the middle.
No, they weren't like
tights of today. They were just thigh highs. Yes. Yeah. So many of the moralists of the time did not want that. I don't really want that happen.
I don't either. I don't need to see.
I don't know how you walk around with those giblets. Like I don't know how you do it. I like being
Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, you walk around with those things.
I don't know how you guys walk around with those things.
Exactly. I don't want to know.
I don't.
So in 1463, Edward IV, his parliament made it a law that a man had to cover his privy and buttocks. Yes, please.
Yes, that shit covered up.
Yes, that is a fashion thing I can follow. That is a law I can follow. I don't think that's oppressing anyone. I think it's helping me. So thank you very much.
Please do.
Yeah.
Wear those face masks on your
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen
Turn
that
around.
TikTok where the lady puts it on, her mask on as a bikini?
No.
And then there's this other girl who was kind of chunky like me, and she's like, okay, I'll try that too. And it's hysterical. She put it on over her clothes. It's funny. Anyway. The codpiece first started to protect, from showing some skin. They didn't want to show their bits. It was a modesty thing. And then it became a symbol of masculinity, fertility, and strength. Because, men and their twigs and berries are what they're, we know that. So the early codpiece was constructed from a triangle shape, piece of cloth that is called a bray. The bottom wood of the triangle was stitched to the hose, and the other corners were attached to the doublet. The triangle was stuffed with padding shape designed to hold in their, this is a quote, I'm going to air quote, secret parts.
Keep those parts secret.
Yes, stuff it in there, keep it in there. In the 16th century, masculinity, chivalry, honor, and romance were kind of really big then, and this is when the codpiece went from a cover to proving your masculinity. It was a big deal. Like the bigger the codpiece, the bigger the man. If you know what I mean. They became very showy. And if you look at portraits from that time, you will notice that the star of the portrait is actually the codpiece, not the person wearing it.
Yes.
They made it. They spared no expense. They would be made out of luxury silks and velvets and bejeweled and embroidered, and even young boys had to wear them because it was a law that you couldn't have your bits shown. Which, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
No one wants to see that. Henry VIII, during his reign, the most important piece of fashion was the codpiece to him. He thought it was the best thing that ever happened. And he felt that...
Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
He would, right? The bigger the better when it came to the codpiece. Like, Henry VIII goes, that's not big enough. I want a bigger one. Like, he didn't care. He wanted the biggest thing he could be to emphasize his crotch.
He had lots of lady friends.
Yes.
Yeah. And wives. And dead wives.
They like to say the word privy area too, which makes me laugh.
It's a privy area.
So they designed his cockpiece. No, it's a con. This is why
it was though.
It was, and this is why we put explicit explicit content, because I accidentally say cock instead of cod. But I'm talking about a rooster, so we're fine.
Yes. Stick a rooster down there.
That would cover it.
It would be big too.
Yeah.
And really pecky. Scratchy.
So he made sure that he wanted his privy area to be positioned in such a way that it looked like it was constantly erect.
I think I've seen pictures of this armor. It was
armor
too.
Yes. This was a statement of political and economic power. So can you imagine now if during the primaries they come out and that's how you tell who's going to be the best president? Let's not do debates anymore. Let's just let it all hang out.
They wanted to.
They kind of did.
They did. Let's measure. That's
why women we're never get, because we don't have one, but we're better than them, so it doesn't matter.
We have chesticles.
That's right. Codpieces were extravagant and stuffed to unnatural proportions.
Statement, all right.
Unnatural proportions. So they're, like I said, they're embellished with jewels and worn very proudly. They even wore... They even used them as a pocket. And they really like to impress women by pulling an orange out and handing it to them.
Oh, God. I don't want to eat
I
orange
don't
from there.
want your penis orange.
I don't. And they didn't bathe frequently then either, so
No.
it's a musty orange.
Oh my God, that's terrible. So Henry loved his codpiece so much that when the wooden statue was built of him in the Tower of London, there was a secret mechanism in the floor, and when you stepped on it, the royal codpiece would swing forward. You just step on this thing and whoosh comes the codpiece. Actually, they have still to this day in the Tower of London, you can go see a collection of his royal codpieces displayed in the tower. One weighed 2.5 pounds.
Oh my God.
I think it might have been the one for his armor.
Probably. I would hope.
Yeah. Men in his court also would walk around with bejeweled versions in order to get attention in the court. That's
why they call the family jewels.
Yes. Their goal back then was to wear... Yes, exactly. Well, I know what my husband is going to keep for Father's Day. Yes!
That's awesome.
Yes, perfect gift.
A bejeweled codpiece.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, darling.
My husband would put it on.
Yeah, mine would
walk
too.
around with it.
It wouldn't let me take a picture, but he put it on.
Yeah.
So the goal in fashion at that point for men was broad shoulders, so they wore those big puffy shoulders things, and the biggest codpiece. Big shoulders and big codpieces. That's what it was all about.
So ridiculous.
And then they made their way onto the battlefield. A large codpiece signified military prowess. So that's why he had that giant erect one on the armor.
That's really offensive. I'm like, no,
I don't like that.
You have to cover it, so you don't need to cover it with something that looks exactly like it.
No, and in the movie The Cell, was it the movie The Cell where that big, tall, scary guy had a big one like that on his suit, and he's coming after her, and he has this, oh God, I can't remember what it was, that horrified me, and I don't like it. So there was also a darker function for the codpiece in the 15th and 16th centuries. It's funny, because we just talked about this briefly in the last episode. STDs were sweeping across Europe at the time, known as the Great Pox, aka syphilis.
Yes.
Treatment for syphilis ranged from ointments and syrups and minerals, and even mercury was used. Yes. It believed it would treat the infection.
Turn your teeth a nice gray color, too.
And they used that up to 1910, mercury. But they did it for a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So the treatment had been administered by a large boxy penis container. So they had to put a penis container to treat it. So they were like, well, we're using these cod pieces. This is a perfect way to hide my syphilis treatment. So they would, inside this cod piece, they would have the mercury, like, solution stuff. And then they also placed bandages to soak up some of the leakiness that happened during syphilis. God, that's so gross. So not only definitely don't take an orange from them, because you don't know if they have syphilis down there or not. Oh. Do not take the orange, ladies. Do not take the orange.
The gentleman's codpiece.
No,
or any food. Or anything
no,
ever.
Just don't go near it.
If they give you a coin from their codpiece, just let them keep it.
That's good. I don't need it. I can starve to death. I'm fine. Some codpieces were more phallic. Some were more testicular or ovoid shape. And they really were about drawing the eye down to that area.
Yes.
Like, look at my peen.
Yes.
Look at my peen. That's what's important. My peen's down here. Instead of saying my eyes are up here, that's what they were saying. And throughout, as time went on, they got smaller and less
ostentatious.
Yes, and then they slowly, kind of went out of fashion over time because,
the Scots had their sporrans that they still will wear, but that's more of a purse that just hangs over that area.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of thing.
Kind of. It's protected.